On the record, the 53rd Circuit Court for the County of Sheboygan, and we are providing public access both in the courtroom and also online. And talk with counsel and chambers, and we're going to be adjourning the matter of People v. Jeremy Wright 25-7077. Is that correct, counsel?
Yes, sir.
All right, and no objection, Ms. Goodrich?
No objection.
Okay, you are back here. I've got you on March 10.
Yep, that's right.
So we'll add this March 10 at 1:30 in the afternoon then,
All right.
and you'll advise Mr. Wright.
I will.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
All right,
Quinn.
thank you.
We have Mr. Joshua Coors then.
Your Honor, good afternoon. With custody on behalf of Mr. Coors.
All right, this is file 26-7127FH. Approach on this one. All right, so back on the record, I wanted to discuss Mr. Coors with counsel at the bench that in all candor, I'm pretty skeptical of a county cap in this case and would be inclined to send you to prison. But your attorney thinks that we should wait until we get a pre-sentence report, before we pull that idea. And he thinks that he might well be able to persuade me at the sentencing to follow the county cap, because you'd have the right to withdraw the plea if I don't follow it. So do you want to go forward with this plea today then, sir?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mr. Coors, would you please stand and as best you can, raise your right hand for me? Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, you can be seated. Are you Joshua Leon Coors?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Coors, a guilty plea hearing is an important event and includes the waiver of constitutional rights that you have, so I want you to listen carefully. At any time, if you've got a question, go ahead and ask me. If you need more time to talk to your attorney, you just let me know. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, I have to advise you the maximum penalty that you can face for the charge that you're pleading to, and that would be count 1, operating while intoxicated with a occupant less than 16 years of age, and also with a second offense notice of a prior operating while intoxicated conviction. That would make this a felony crime punishable by a fine of $500 to $5,000 and either 1 to 5 years in prison or probation with 30 days to a year in jail, at least 48 hours to be served consecutively, 60 to 180 days community service, rehabilitative programs, cost of prosecution and emergency response, and vehicle immobilization. Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole right now?
I'm not.
Were you on bond for any other case at the time of this incident?
No, sir.
Did you read and understand the rights listed on the advice of rights form?
I did.
And you signed that form?
Correct.
Do you have any questions for me or Mr. Kukuski about any of the rights on that form?
No, sir.
Do you understand if you plead guilty, you give up all those rights and don't have a trial?
Yes, sir.
And is that what you wish to do today?
Yes, sir.
The plea agreement provides in exchange for your plea to that charge, the prosecutor will dismiss count 2, will dismiss the habitual fourth notice. There's an agreed upon restitution of $300 OWI reimbursement and a sentence agreement for a county jail cap. Do you understand the terms of that agreement?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kukuski, is that a full, fair, and accurate statement of his terms?
It is, Your Honor.
Ms. Goodrich?
Yes.
Mr. Coors, as I just was explaining to you earlier, that county cap part of the sentence agreement is not binding on me, meaning I don't have to follow that. At the sentencing, I'll have a pre-sentence report and more details about the facts and about your life circumstances to make a decision. If I don't follow that sentence agreement, you will be allowed an opportunity to withdraw your plea, not having received what you bargained for. Do you understand that?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So if you say you remand me to the Department of Corrections, so if I withdraw my plea, then I don't?
Then you don't go. Yes.
Okay.
So I announce what the sentence is. Say, well, I can't follow a county cap. I would give you 3 years in prison. Do you want to withdraw your plea or take the 3 years? And if you say withdraw the plea goes away. We're back in a pretrial posture, just like we are right now.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Now, there is an important exception to that. If you engage in any misconduct between now and the sentencing, let's say sometimes even people who are in the jail commit a crime while they're back there. Let's say you do that. then by your own misconduct, by jail misconduct, committing a crime, violating court orders, if you do anything like that, then by your own misconduct, you'd be forfeiting the right to withdraw the plea, even if I don't follow that sentence agreement. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So if you go back there and take a swing at a guard, then we come out for sentencing and I say, I'm giving Mr. Coors 3 years in prison on this drunk driving. You've lost the right to withdraw the plea by your misconduct back in the jail and you go. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Other than the plea agreement, has anybody promised you anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Has anybody threatened you in any way to make you do so?
No, sir.
It's your own free choice to enter that plea.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you know what? We're up for this was actually for a arraignment. So for purposes of arraignment, is a forensic center referral requested?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, and you waive the reading of the information?
We would waive.
All right, Mr. Coors, how then do you wish to plead to the charge in count 1, operating while intoxicated, occupant under 16, second offense notice?
Guilty, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Coors, back on September 28th of 2025, were you in Sheboygan County?
Yes, sir.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on Lincoln Avenue?
Yes, sir.
And you agree that's public highway?
Yes, sir.
Did you have an occupant in your car that was less than 16 years of age?
Yes, sir.
Before you operated that motor vehicle, had you consumed alcoholic beverages?
Yes, sir.
Did you have some contact with law enforcement?
Upon my arrest, yes, sir.
Yes. And did they give you any tests to determine the level of alcohol in your body?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what the results of that test were?
Yes, sir.
What were they?
A 1.5.
Okay, and you agree that that's higher than the legal limit of 0.08?
Yes, sir.
And at the time of this incident, did you have a prior conviction for operating while intoxicated out of this court from 2022?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kukeski, you satisfied with the factual basis?
One question, Your Honor. The 28th would have been a Sunday. It was the 26th. Would that be accurate?
Correct.
Okay, so on or about that date, so I think we don't need it amended, but it was the 26th then?
Correct.
Okay,
That's all, Your Honor.
all right, you satisfied with the factual basis, Ms. Goodrich?
Yes.
Mr. Kukeski, are you aware of any other promises, threats, or inducements?
None.
Ms. Goodrich?
No.
Mr. Kukeski, in your judgment, has the court fully complied with requirements of MCR 6.302?
The court has.
Ms. Goodrich?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Coors, I find that your plea is knowingly, understandingly, and voluntarily made, and that there is a sufficient basis in fact and law to believe you're guilty of that offense, so I hereby accept your plea. We could schedule sentencing. Would you be available perhaps in the morning of March 10th, Mr. Kukeski?
March 10th.
My afternoon's already pretty full.
I'm here in the afternoon, but I am available in the
Oh, you're
morning as
here in the
well.
afternoon. What are you here on? You're on something.
Abbott, the docket call,
You're here with me at what time?
that's at 2:20.
On March 10th?
That's March 10th, Your Honor, yes.
Okay, well, let's just put this on March 10th at 2:30 then. So, Mr. Coors, your sentencing is March 10th at 2:30 in the afternoon. You'll have to cooperate with a pre-sentence report, so someone from the probation parole will be back to meet with you, interview you, so they can write a report for me, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Anything
Your Honor.
further from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll see you then, Mr. Coors.
Thank you, sir.
We have Mr. McCoy. What's that? Oh, yes, Sanchez. Okay, let's call Mr. Sanchez. Sentencing people be Joseph Sanchez.
Good afternoon again, Your Honor. Luke Kukeski on behalf of Mr. Sanchez.
All right, this is file 25-7113FH. And who's here for the people on this matter?
Melissa Goodrich. Sheboygan County Prosecutor.
All right, and this is sentencing on, it's like RNO 2-year maximum and a OWI 93-day misdemeanor. advisory guidelines at 0 to 17. I have had a chance to review letters and documentation in support of the defendant submitted by counsel. Thank you. And Mr. Kukeski, have you had a chance to review the report and recommendations with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Any
No
additions,
additions or
corrections, or scoring challenges?
None, Your Honor.
Mr. Goodrich, any from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Kukeski, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. We'd ask that the court follow the agreement that we had with the prosecutor to limit this matter to no immediate incarceration, have Mr. Sanchez put on probation. He does own his own company. He's had several jobs lined up. He actually came here with his family. Although he's had some history in the past, I'd say back in the early 2000s, the last probation term he had, he was completely complied with that term of probation. He's been on the SoberLink machine since September of last year. So he's had 5 years or 5 months, excuse me, under that system and under that testing regimen. He's had no violations. He's had no problems. He's been to court. He's come every time he's needed to. And we just asked the court to place him on that term of probation. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Sanchez, it's not required that you would say anything today, but you're welcome to. Is there anything you want to tell me or no?
No.
That's fine. That's fine. Ms. Goodrich, any recommendations?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. On September 12th of 2025, the defendant was speeding and drove over the double yellow line, center line twice. His lab results were 0.085. Open alcohol was found in the car. During that stop, the defendant had refused to sit in the patrol car as instructed and needed to be physically placed in the car. Then he kept his foot out of the car, and that his foot then had to be physically placed in the car so the door could be shut. He's 42 years old with 3 prior felonies, 9 prior misdemeanors. He was 18 at the time of his first arrest. He has been to jail 4 times, probation 2 times. He is employed with a high school diploma. The plea agreement was no immediate jail. That was due to the no bond violations during the case. We had discussed, let's let the case get to a docket call and see how he does while on bond due to his poor performance and probation in the past. So I understand why the PSI was addressing that issue. However, we'd ask the court to follow the plea agreement for probation, and then the court later would have the option of jail if he was not compliant. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mr. Sanchez, would you please stand for the court sentence? Well, Mr. Sanchez, last case that you had was involved drunk driving and also an R&O. So I think that's in large measure what drives the recommendation from the Department of Corrections just for a straight jail sentence. But you did successfully complete that probation. You have a business you're self-employed with. This is a misdemeanor, operating while intoxicated. And the R&O, although it meets the elements, you know, it's a rather passive R&O consisting of refusing to place your leg inside the patrol vehicle as you're being arrested. It wasn't an assaultive R&O against the officers, didn't really place the officers at risk of physical harm or jeopardy. There was some other stuff going on with the car, I mean, with some other folks, I think, so they were trying to control the situation and you were not helping them control it. So I'm not suggesting that you shouldn't be convicted of that offense. I'm just suggesting that with a guideline range of 0 to 17 months, I don't think this conduct with those guidelines calls for any jail. So I'm going to place you on probation for an 18-month term. Agent Purvis, I'd want that to include standard probation terms plus substance abuse treatment and testing. So a standard like drunk driving probation term. And I'm going to order that you pay $118 in state costs, $130 in a crime victims assessment, $350 in court costs, $225 as an OWI reimbursement. And Mr. Sanchez, you live down in Livonia, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm sure your probation is going to be transferred down to, is that Oakland County?
Wayne County.
Oh, Wayne, I'm sure that's going to be transferred down there. You're eligible to petition for early discharge from probation at the halfway point if you've successfully completed its terms. We're going to hand you a piece of paper about that. Also, if you wish to appeal, you'd have to file an application to the Court of Appeals. If you wanted a court-appointed lawyer, you'd have to ask within 6 months. We're going to hand you a piece of paper explaining that. We're going to ask you to initial one copy of the appeal rights, so we have a record we gave it to you. The other ones for you to fill out if you want to take an appeal. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No, sir. Thank you.
Do you want to stick around to meet with anybody with the probation agent purpose?
Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to talk.
Okay, so stick around and talk to Agent Purvis before you leave the building, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Kukowski. Does that conclude your matters?
It does. I'll be back for
Oh, yeah.
driver's license.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I do see prison zooming in. I assume that's Mr. Joseph Scribick, so maybe we should call that case. Is Mr. Spencer here? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I won't call that yet then. We have Mr. McCrum, and I've got his attorney zooming. Looks like, so let's call Mr. McCrum's case. All right, next we'll call People v. Damian Slavin. It's file 26-7130 FH. Counsel, you want to state your appearances, please?
Melissa Goodrich, Board County Prosecutor.
Lauren Madison, for Mr. Slavin, who is seated to my right.
Good morning, or good afternoon, I'm sorry. This is set for, it's like an arraignment. Have you had a chance to review the charging document with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Do you or he wish to have its allegations formally read?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
And how does he wish to plead to those charges?
Not guilty.
Your Honor, pleas of not guilty to an aggravated child sexual abuse of material possession, computer crime, distributing or promoting sexually abusive activity, a computer crime, and a possession of sexually abusive material. 6-count information. Is a forensic center referral requested?
No.
Estimated length of trial? Including jury selection?
I think 2 days is accurate.
Okay. Available for a docket call the morning of March 10th?
Check my calendar, but I think the answer is yes. Yes, Your Honor.
We could do 11:10 a.m. Anything further from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Slavin, we'll next see you with your attorney March 10th at 11:10 a.m. Okay? Did you have any other matters with me today?
No, Your Honor. Thank you,
Okay,
though.
you have a good day.
You too.
All right, next we'd have People v. Hassan Smith, file 25-6967 FH. Also, you want to state your appearances, please?
Anthony Juliet, people.
Liz Elliott on behalf of Hassan Smith, who sits to my right.
All right, and we're here for sentencing on retail fraud first. After a delay that appears to not have met with success, have you had a chance to review the pre-sentence report and recommendations with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Any additions or corrections to the information in that report?
One correction, Your Honor, the fines and costs and restitution are paid in full. Mr. Smith does have a receipt for that. Other than that, I wouldn't have any additions or corrections.
Okay. And Sheila, could you confirm that it is? Okay. All right, thank you. The advisory guidelines were 0 to 3 months. Any scoring challenges from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Juliet, any additions, corrections, or scoring challenges from the people?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Elliott, anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Smith was placed on his delay on February 18th of 2025. He paid some of the fines and costs shortly thereafter. In March of 2025, he was arrested for an offense that was committed before this offense. He was placed on bond, and he was on bond for that offense until November of 2025. He served jail time until December of 2025 and then was placed on a 3-year term of probation for that crime out of Huron County. Both his bond and the current probation order out of Huron County prohibited him from leaving the state of Michigan. So his warrant in Maine, when he attempted to take care of that, he was told that he had to present himself to Maine to clear that up or hire local counsel, which he was, unable to do. So we're asking that Mr. Smith get the benefit of his delay since he was largely precluded from being able to leave the state to take care of that warrant and that the restitution was paid in full.
Mr.
Thank
Smith,
you.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. You could tell your probation agent, hey, I got this warrant, I got to clear up and it's required as part of my probation. You can get permission to leave the state. So that's baloney. Anything you want to tell me?
As she just said, I just got out on December and it's only been 2 months and I haven't had the money to make it out all the way to Maine. And that's it.
All right, thank you. Mr. Juliet, any recommendations from the people?
Well, I'm glad to hear that the restitution has been paid. I'm curious to know exactly when it was paid, because it wasn't paid at the time of this updated PSI. But I agree with the court that it happens all the time when somebody's on bond, and the courts actually encourage them to clear up their warrant. So I don't think he's successfully completed this delay of sentence. I would ask the court to revoke it, sentence him on the underlying charge.
All right, thank you. Mr. Smith, would you please stand for the court sentence? You did not successfully complete the delay. I specifically ordered you to clear up a pending warrant for a theft in another state. You did not do so. I don't accept the excuse today for why you didn't do so. So that's a violation of the terms of the delay. So you're not entitled to the benefit of the reduction to a misdemeanor. You're here today for sentencing on a charge of felony shoplifting with the guidelines of 0 to 3 months. And you do have prior theft history, the outstanding case in Maine, a prior conviction in 2019, and then it looks like you had some other stuff in other counties, false pretenses. You've just, got a growing theft history. Fines and costs have been paid, but we do have to enter the judgment of sentence today. So I'll assess the fines and costs of $68 state costs, 130 crime victims assessment, DNA fee of 60, court cost 350, restitution 362040 that were previously assessed, but will indicate that those are paid in full. And I think when you come to court on a felony case and you've got warrants somewhere else, and a judge says, "I want you to take care of the warrants, and then I'll show you leniency," and you don't take care of the warrants, then you don't get the leniency. So I am going to order you serve 2 months in the Sheboygan County Jail. Credit for 2 days previously served. That's within the advisory guidelines. The sentence will be served forthwith. You can file an appeal if you wish by filing an application to the Court of Appeals. If you want a lawyer, I'd give you one, but you'd have to ask me within 6 months. We're going to hand you a piece of paper explaining that appeal process. Ask you to initial one copy. The other one's for you to fill out if you want to take an appeal. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All respect, I've been literally dealing with both these cases for 2 years straight. I've been trying to pay my rent and do everything all at one time. I just got out of jail and I've been trying to pay my rent up to date, pay all my bills that I was late on because of that situation. And they took all my tax money from that case that I was gonna pay my restitution with.
Why did all that happen?
What do you mean?
Why did all that happen to you?
Because I.
Stole.
What do
Because you
mean?
stole things.
Yeah, of
Right.
course, that's
Okay.
what I meant.
All right, so it's not just happening to you.
I
These are
agree,
choices you're making
but
and then consequences you're paying. So you're gonna go with the bailiff for 2 months
can I
jail.
say something?
You did. You're
Can I
going with the
finish?
bailiff for two months.
Your Honor, what was the jail credit?
2 days.